Okay, so as I said in the last lecture, we're going to explore this icon. So let's go down here and hover on it. And you'll notice that it says View Library. And the shortcut there is Shift-Command-L. So if you open up the library, this is going to give you a couple of icons and spaces that you're probably used to in some of your other browsers. Specifically, media, downloads, and some new things called easels, spaces, boosts, and archive tabs. You're not going to spend a ton of time in the library when you're using ARC necessarily, but it is a very, very valuable space to understand because it's kind of where everything that you do as you're moving through websites or as you're interacting with content on the web is going to ultimately be stored. So for example here, this is your media library. ARC actually has built-in screenshots, and so if you take a screenshot with ARC, you're going to be able to effectively save it and view it here. Downloads, if you download anything, you can see it here. Easels. ARC actually has ways for you to very quickly kind of draw and just map things out in a canvas space that's very similar to just drawing on an easel. Spaces, which we're going to talk about in a later lecture, these are ultimately going to allow you to kind of set up some workflows. Very, very critical piece. Boosts, which truthfully, unless you're a web developer or just want to make something look kind of cool, which, hey, maybe you want to, are not going to necessarily be critical to your day-to-day, but still valuable to know. And then finally, archive tabs. This is really important to understand. ARC kind of promotes the idea of always retaining things that you have chosen to find. So if you build a space and you save tabs to that space, ARC treats that space with the assumption that even if you delete it, those tabs and that content was important to you and you may want to find it at a later time. So instead of completely deleting it, it archives it so you can reference it later. So this is the library. It just allows you to very quickly find content that you've saved in one form or another or organized in one form or another in ARC. And if you want to close that, you just click this back arrow and you're right back to the sidebar. So again, you can click this icon or you can do the shortcut, which is Command-Shift-L, and that will open and close the library. So that's the library. In the next lecture, we're going to start talking a little bit more about what we can actually do in ARC. And to do that, we're going to jump into the settings menu. Okay? So I'll see you there.